good.
Oh, we're good?
Yeah,
fantastic. Welcome, everybody, to Chet's segment of World News and Pack News. For World News, the U.S. is imposing sanctions against Russia over a Salisbury steak incident. Jared Lyle, the famous Australian golfer, died at age 36, and my back really itches. Now on to the weather. The smallest town in the United States, Beaufort, Wyoming, with a population of 1 and an area of 9.9 acres, is experiencing fantastic weather right now at a balmy 66 degrees Fahrenheit with a southeasterly wind of 10 miles an hour and 47% humidity. It truly does sound like a dream spot. Now on to the pack news. Insert gave up his lieutenantship to attempt to join the ranks of the Santanas. We're all rooting for him. Good luck, buddy. Sleepy Machete would like to tell everyone, and I quote, "Tell everyone how much of a Chad I really am in sweet talking with Saint Diabetes." Wizard says, Superflight is a fun game where you get to fly through procedurally generated worlds as a guy with a wingsuit. The game can be either really chill or super intense, and the only person that can decide that it is the person What? It's only $4. Go ahead and pick it up on Steam soon. That's been your news with Chet. This has been an absolute 3-tiered garbage fire today, but I hope you all enjoyed it. Now on to Sweet Talking with Saint Diabetes.
Thank you, Chet. I just had to change some things over there. Fantastic news segment as always. If you'd like to stick around, please feel free to chime in every now and then. But let's go ahead and get a move on to interviewing our guest for the day, Batty Foo. Or, as she currently is known as Hawaii Foo, and then before that it was Happy Foo, and then a bazillion other fucking names that I can hardly ever keep track of. Though, honestly, I am in the same boat of just constantly changing my name. Same with Chet, actually.
Right now it's a big gay, babby, stinky loser.
Yeah, you did it in honor of my death.
Yep.
So, first things first, as like I always ask this right when I start the chat, is just tell me what brought you to the pack in general, because that's mainly the reason why I started this, so I could see about like the stories of everybody, like what brought everybody here, what people are all about, just wanting to get to know people on here.
My friend, he told me about the subreddit, and I checked it out, and like, while scrolling, I saw a Discord link, and I'm like, I'm bored, I'll click it. And, yeah.
Just use that.
That's it. That's literally it. It's not a fun story, it's just like a normal one.
I mean, I figured that. I mean, I can't imagine like a lot of people have a wild story about how they found it or anything else. I think the best one was Chet's, where he was getting drunk at a party, from what he told us, and it's just he just saw. I think he actually saw the Discord before he even found the subreddit, which is just the most ass backwards thing I could ever imagine. But I mean, that's that. I mean, I just want to get that out of the way. So tell me, what do you like to do in your free time, or what are your hobbies, your passions?
Oh.
Because from the time that I've known you, it seems that you have quite a bit.
Yeah. A lot of makeup and hair. Just like, I'm constantly like changing my hair, re-dyeing it.
And I will say, that takes a lot of work. I mean, I've dyed my hair maybe, let's see, about 3 times, I think, and each time it was just, it was just work.
Yep.
And you do some cool stuff too. Like, didn't you do like a rainbow hair at one point? And
yeah.
that takes hella effort. I tried doing two-tone with black and red, and that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of spacing out, but I don't have much hair, so.
Well, neither do I. From the pics I've seen, we have about the same hair length. Oh, and hold up. That was my phone. What was that all about? By the way,
Sorry, you cut out. What?
Okay, sorry. I said
I'm so sorry.
it seems like we have about the same hair length from the pictures I've seen. So I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, you're probably putting in a lot more work than I am if you're trying to actually like get all those different colors in.
Well, and I have done it for like a few years.
So okay, so you're just saying you're skilled and talented.
Oh, I've had too much practice.
There's no such. Okay, so that, like I'm saying, it's skill at this point.
I guess.
You guess. I mean, you
I
have.
don't know.
And I've also seen that you're going to school for cosmetology. Is it?
Yep.
Okay, so that explains the passion there. What brought you?
Yep.
What brought you to that field?
Oh, this is actually kind of stupid.
Oh boy.
The same friend who introduced me to the pack, like a long time ago. I'd probably say I was 13, so 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's this band called Steam Powered Giraffe.
Steam powered
like
giraffe.
Yeah, it was like the steampunk thing, because at the time, that was cool. It was like
I'm
back
looking
in
this up. Hold up.
2014. Not the new members though, the old ones. They all did like these robot faces, and I thought it was really cool. So I tried to do it, and it looked so terrible, but I liked it.
Oh my god.
So I just kept at it till I actually made good robots.
Oh, I found one with the actual like giraffe mascot they have. I'll admit that's some cool makeup.
I know, right? Oh, but mine was it's so bad in comparison how it started.
Oh no, there's a picture of them posing with a dude in a fursuit.
Oh.
Here, hold on.
No.
I'll post it to this DM real quick, but
Oh no.
because I don't know.
I see it. Oh no, it was posted to DeviantArt.
I know. Hey, all right. Let me toss this up on screen for everybody to see it. But that's
Yeah.
it's pretty great. Hold up.
That's what I liked when I was like 13.
Yeah, not to put you on blast, but I just thought this was funny.
No, it's all good.
But so I mean, like I've seen some of the pictures you've done, especially the ones with the skull, and it's really well done. Like I enjoy it. Here, let me go ahead and see if I can get this tossed up here real quick. All right, there we go. Right in the middle of the screen.
No.
But there we go. And I'll just go ahead and hide that. I can flash it up on screen every time it gets mentioned, I suppose. So, you got introduced to it through not a joke, but because like you just got inspired by a group of artists just having fun with like onstage makeup.
They had like a time lapse of them doing it.
Oh, so you even got to see the process.
Cool. Yeah, so I guess maybe that's what started it. I don't know. I don't know what possessed me to say, I'm gonna do that. Like, it was weird. I was weird.
Well, you seem to have an artist streak because you also were making like pixel art for a little while back, and now you're saying you're going to try to make a game as well. And obviously, this is still very, very early in development, so I don't want to like say anything confirmed on that. But
I mean, you can say a bit about it.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say like, oh, it's coming for sure, is what I mean. Like, I don't mind talking about it because clearly you were talking about it as well, but I just don't want to say like, oh, this is going to be in the game, this isn't going to be the game. You don't want to No Man's Sky yourself.
Next like 10 years.
It's a 10-year development cycle, just like Team Fortress 2.
Exactly.
But no, I'm just using that as an example, saying you have a creative streak, so it tracks. Like it tracks you want to go to cosmetology. So would you like? I'm just thinking, like, do you know what careers you could have in that? Like special effects artists, just general, like.
Yeah. Like you could do like movie makeup, like for actors and stuff, or like special effects. Some really cool stuff like that you see in movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, just like basic hair things. You could also like get jobs working with like models for like, all those.
Oh, like making sure they're
stuff.
all done up for their photo shoots and such.
Yeah. Yeah, all those like fashion things.
Fashion
That's
things.
Fun.
Very specific.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm sorry, I can't think of what they're called right now.
No, that's
fashion shows.
Fashion
Oh,
shows.
goodness.
Runways, catwalks, the works. No, okay. Well, I mean, that seems like a very fun career. I mean, hopefully it works out well for you as well. Because from what I've seen, you seem like you have the talent, and as long as you work hard at it, you could definitely achieve it. That's the main part. Is you can't just rely on talent. You got to make sure you put in the work.
Yeah.
But so you have that. Then you also seem to be very active in a few other communities as well. So that's very good. You seem like you just,
Oh.
I don't want to say you run yourself ragged, but it seems like you are just very much active on here, and I appreciate that, because
I mean,
you're a great personality on the pack, I will say that.
thank you. I mean, you guys are my friends. As sad as it sounds, like,
See, no,
all of my fake friends are in real life, rather than, you know,
Well,
having my fake friends online.
that's some of the nice part of somewhat anonymous interaction on the internet, is you either get people who are just hella playing up a personality, or you get a bit more genuine attitude, at least in my experience.
Exactly.
Because, I mean,
It's nice. I've met a lot of great people.
it's good to hear. I'd lost my train of thought because my desk is dirty and I'm trying to clean off a spot on my... It's bugging me. I try to be a very organized person and it just doesn't work sometimes. So, I will say this. It seems like you have a very weird, active interest in Funky Kong for some reason. Like, between you and MDL, I think I've gotten more talk about that man than I have at work, and I work at a game store. So, is it just memes? Like, is it just it's just memes that I'm not aware of
I
as an old
I
man?
don't even know how it started. Just Funky Kong, you know? He's a cool dude.
Damn internet exposure to you youngins! I swear to God, it's not good for your mental health.
Well, I guess half of it is like, if I have something I need to name, I try and like be funny with it, right? And
Yeah.
for some reason, I always resort to Funky Kong.
But why? He's a cool man. He's just a dude who runs an independent airline.
Because it's great.
That takes brass bananas, let me say.
I mean, well, there's even like Funky Kong ASMR, you know?
Oh wait, no, I've heard that. It's like support of Funky Kong takes you home
Yeah.
from the airport and chews bubblegum or something. Okay, now that I've gone on that tangent, now I remember what I was going to ask. What made you take the name Batty Foo to begin with the B emoji? Which, let me say, is infuriating to trying to ping. Because I can... Because that's not like your nickname on the pack, like, you know, like Sluts is. Like, that's just her nickname, but her actual like thing is something else. It's much more tame. But that's like your actual Discord name, and I didn't realize you could have emojis in your Discord name.
I went through a lot of like trouble to get an emoji in my name. I had to go like find a copy and pasted one like on a sketchy website and like put it in my name. And it's like the iPhone kind of one, so it's all like squished on like a computer. So yeah, sorry about that.
I mean, I didn't even notice it. Let me see if I can take a look at it here. No, it's not that squished on the...
Yeah, but it's just not quite the correct B emoji.
It's
You know,
not-
there's something
it's not
off
clean.
about it. Yeah.
Go ahead and just check. Yeah, you're right. It's not as clean as the Discord one.
Yeah. See, that one's kind of like cartoony and happy, and this
What?
one's just kind of like crisp. It's got edges.
Well, I mean, that would just be fitting then if it's edgy. So I know you also have a great interest in games, particularly, at least lately, SCP and Fortnite.
Yeah.
And I can imagine those are just because you play them with friends and they're free.
Yeah.
But
You see, I don't really care about like games. I care about having fun with my friends while playing them.
I kind of figured, I got that vibe. And this is one thing that I brought up, because I know you've talked about this before, and your icon on screen right now is a neon cactuar. I guess you're a fan of Final Fantasy then.
Yep.
And
It's my favorite.
I know you've talked about Final Fantasy 15, but is that like the only one you've played, or have you played like a lot of the franchise? What ones have you
I
played?
played a bit of 7 and 8, And I know everyone's gonna hate me for it, but a lot of 13 because that's what I had access to, you know.
Mm.
But
So you played a lot of the hella anime ones.
yeah, but 15 is the best. Everyone can fight me on it, but I don't
Oh.
care. It's so good.
There's some
Okay?
Final Fantasy VI fans that are going to murder you.
I don't care. It ruined my life for like a week. My friends would be like, "Hey, do you want to hang out?" I'm like, "No, I'm fighting."
Oh, cut out there. Said you're fighting? Alright, well, we'll just have to wait till you come back in.
I had 7 within 2 days.
Okay, so you cut out quite a bit there.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It said you were fighting what?
Said I would tell my friends to stop bothering me because I'm like fighting a cactuar or something. I completely shut off for a week.
Ah, sounds about right. I mean,
Great.
that was me with JoJo's during winter break. I was just watching that nonstop. No, I understand the hate on Final Fantasy 13. I haven't played it, but I have an ex who was super obsessed with Final Fantasy, and that was like her first one, so that's the reason why she loved it. Is that the case with you as well, or did you like just start with 8 or 7 or?
Ones. Oh, those are so good. They're so bad, but they're so good. Like they're just so low tier.
Wait, so what are we
Like-
talking? Are we talking about the music that's playing or Final Fantasy?
I said the DS one.
Oh, the DS. Oh,
I'm
wait.
sorry. Is my microphone getting all funny?
So you played the DS ones too, like
Yeah.
like Final Fantasy 3 and 4.
I don't know if they're like. Actually, I think one of them is 4, but one of them I think is a spin-off. It's like a
Oh.
bootleg one, I guess, maybe. It's
Weird.
called Heroes of Light, and you collect hats. It's really cute.
Wait, hold up. I think I've heard of this. Hold up. You like putting like the title or something in there in the chat?
Oh no, I was asking if my microphone was good and bad. But yeah, it's like 4 Heroes of Light. I'll see if I can find a picture of it. It's really cute.
I think I've actually heard about this. Oh wait, the reason why I heard about this is I believe the team from that game actually went on to make a DS game from Square Enix, and it's very much like an old school Final Fantasy game, and it's one I'm playing on and off right now called Bravely Default. I think you might like that one if you got a 3DS. But it's neat. Oh yeah, that is definitely the same art style.
Yeah,
Like
and
the
like
exact
you collect
same.
hats. It's so cute.
Yeah, let me go ahead and pull up a screenshot of Bravely Default so you can see. But hold on, let me go ahead and pop this on screen for people to see this too, so we're not just like, oh, it's so cute, and then they
I know.
can't see it.
My favorite hat was the little tiara.
It's a little.
Oh, it was so good. Like
a-
you could even put it on like the male characters, and their hair would instantly like spike up. It was amazing. It was glorious. It's all I ever used, even though it's terrible. It's like the worst hat in the game.
So
I loved it.
it's like the worst combat wise, but it like actually just looked cute, basically.
Yeah, and pretty much all it does is like it boosts your teammates. So if they all have it, you're just sitting there boosting each other and not attacking. It's just so cute.
Oh, so the hats are like a replacement for the job system. All right, I can kind of see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh
They
my
all
god,
have, like jobs that go with them.
the little thieves in the bottom
I
left
know,
here.
it's so cute.
I'm gonna go ahead and post this on screen too. I should create another layer in the stream, but
Sorry.
oh no, it's all good. I'm just using because I had MDL and Slut on last time, and I'm basically just using the second guest profile picture slot to put these pictures on screen. But yeah, they're cuties. But
Yeah, they're just so small.
so I'm guessing you just pick games based on how cute or interesting they look, or like 'cause
No,
it seems like you're
that
getting a
was
vibe
actu-
that you just pick things like, oh, it's cute, and you're just gonna play it forever.
Sometimes, but no, that one was a gift.
Ah, yeah.
But no, that's definitely how I make most of my life decisions, and it's not good.
No, I can't imagine. Can't imagine it's gone super well in the past, but you know it led
Yeah.
you here. So let's see, hold on, Bravely Default. See if I can get some images real quick, because like once you see the art style, you can definitely say it's just a natural evolution of that. Let's see here. So, when it comes to the cosmetology schools, are there like certain colleges specific for it, or is there like online programs? Like, how does that work in terms of schooling?
It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. You go and like learn, and then they actually have you like working in the school's salon, and people will go and pay like nothing for to get their hair done because students are doing it and they could mess up.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't really have to pay much, but like the students get practice.
Oh.
So it's kind of like just a real salon, but you know, for free.
Wait a minute. Actually, I should know that because one time I got scouted to do to act as a model for hairstyling because I was walking to work. And the lady outside the salon was like, "Hey, you have long hair. Come in and get a haircut sometime." Like, okay.
Nice.
And I got
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did. Actually, it happened twice.
Oh yeah.
I got 2 free haircuts, which is great.
Nice.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it. Made me feel good for a little while. I could just tell people I was a model.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, didn't happen again.
Oh, well, that's because they already cut your hair.
I mean, I
There's nothing to
suppose
cut.
you can cut more. You can make me bald. You can style
But,
bald.
but like barely.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Once it grows again, you can just walk by and they'll be like, "Hey."
Well,
Come back.
I don't work over there anymore, so that ain't gonna happen.
You can like take long walks over there.
Yes, I'm just gonna go on a complete detour that's not even on the way to my current job, and just
Yeah.
stop by there on the hopes that I walk by the same person and get a free haircut again.
Hell yeah.
That makes 100% perfect sense and is not a harebrained scam.
Haircut.
Oh. So to tell people on the stream, tonight I'm having a grapefruit juice and vodka, and Batty cannot have any because she steals all my other drinks. She is not allowed. She is also not 21.
Slurp.
No, you don't get to have the spicy grapefruit.
Oh, slurp.
So, why did you start picking on me about that?
Because I was in Europe and I was like actually old enough to drink, and I was cut off by my parents.
You got cut off by your parents because you drank too much.
Well,
or were they just worried about you?
it was my first time actually, drinking, and I didn't really understand, the dangers of it, and I just kind of like downed a tall glass of like gin Sprite.
Gin? Oh, actually, I need. Oh, I'm gonna try that
Downed
tonight.
it in like 3 seconds.
You dense child. I have no nice way of saying that. That was just dense.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I was like, I want more.
Yeah, because you didn't feel it yet.
Exactly. I was like, I don't understand. It's the same as like the same amount of alcohol if you drink it fast or slow.
Yeah, no. I mean, yes,
Oh,
you're correct, but like, that don't how it do.
But at the time, it made a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, well, this is why you're not the biologist of us two. I mean, I guess your sister would know more about that. I'm surprised she didn't warn you. Because I can imagine she was there too.
Well, she was, but like, she looked away for a moment, looked back, and it was gone.
No! That makes it worse! That just makes it worse! That just makes it sound like just a really irresponsible child.
I mean, yeah, that's what I am.
Oh.
Hey, no one warned me. It was my first time.
Well, okay, enough about yelling about you over alcohol. You said you went to Europe. What was that just like a family vacation? Where'd you go?
Yeah.
Like, what'd you go see?
Visiting family over in the Netherlands.
Hold the phone. You have family in the Netherlands?
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like a proper like, oh, let's just go see Europe vacation. No, you were just there because you have family.
Yep.
That's actually really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, all my family's in bumfuck nowhere, Ohio.
But
So
like, that sounds like fun though.
yeah, in bumfuck nowhere.
Hey, free ketchup.
I don't understand what
Free
you're saying.
ketchup at McDonald's, okay? Go to
What?
McDonald's, you get free ketchup.
I
In
don't.
Europe, you don't.
Okay. Why would they? Europe? Why?
Okay, and you have to pay to use the bathroom, so,
That's
you know.
not cool.
I know.
I think that's about as close to politics as I'm ever going to get with this statement, but that
I
is
know.
beyond stupid.
It just... It don't fun.
No. It's like, I guess you don't have $1, guess you better piss yourself. Alright, sorry.
Pretty much, but you see, it's not even dollars, it's coins, so if you don't have any change...
Oh, that's even worse. Do you think they accept Apple Pay sometime in the future?
I don't know.
Oh shit! What they could do is they can put an app on your phone. Like, you know how Starbucks does? What they do is you like upload a net and you can just call it the Piss Pass.
Yes.
And just swipe your phone in front of it and boom! Charges you $2, but hey, you don't have to carry around coins.
But you see, because, like, I also come from, like, a family who's, like, all about, like, you know, saving money.
Oh, no!
All of my family over there steps over the bars guarding it when no one's looking. And it's like, so... Oh, because, like, you know they gotta do it.
Yeah.
You also know they're breaking the law.
Sorry, officer, I just really had to pee.
And I didn't have any change.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah.
I mean, I guess it's either do that or get hit with a public urination charge, so...
Yeah.
Weigh the options there. Oh. No, with, like... I think I said before that going to visit family for me is fun, but only really if you, like, go to Cedar Point, which is right there.
I love Cedar Point.
It's the best place.
Oh,
I guess
so
we should
good.
talk about that, because, like, between you, me, and Croc, like, I think us three are, like, the only people who know about Cedar Point in the pack. And that is a
Really?
damn shame. Like, I'm sure
I
there's...
thought it was so popular.
I mean, like, everyone else is either, like, in Europe or so far away from Ohio that it's, like, not a good drive. I think maybe
True.
MDL could reasonably make the drive, because he's in Pennsylvania. But, like, everyone else is just like, why?
Oh, it's so good.
Because, like...
What's your favorite ride?
Well, I'll say
Oh,
this
I'm
about
sorry,
Cedar
I cut you
Point.
off there.
Oh, I was messaging somebody on Snapchat. I'm a bad host. I mean, like, the thing about Cedar Point is that it's light on theme. Like, you don't have a whole lot of, like, oh, man, this looks so cool everywhere, like Disneyland or Disney
Yeah.
World, which is why you go there. But, god damn, the rides are
Oh,
just
I know,
so
right?
good. I think an all-time classic for me would have to be the Gemini. And
Yes.
probably my favorite one, like, the actual, like, favorite one would probably be Maverick. Or Raptor.
Oh, I love that one.
The
Yes.
Raptor is just so good. Like, it's just so damn good.
Have you ever been on Dragster?
I have
That
been
was
on
my
Dragster.
favorite.
I think
I love it.
I've been every year probably since I was 6. Because
Oh,
we lived,
bless.
like, 15 minutes from the park. Like,
I'm so
just
jealous.
outright. Like, we would get the season pass every time, and we'd go, like, a couple times a year, because it's just like, alright, like, we don't even have to make, like, a weekend trip. It's like, we just want to go to Cedar Point for a day? Fucking, why
I
not?
am so jealous.
It was nice. And I didn't realize, like, how much I missed it until I got to Six Flags down here in Dallas, and it's just like, it's not the same. It has some
I
cool
know,
rides,
I
but it's just not.
I love the part where you're just walking on this road and there are coasters all around you, and all of a sudden there are trees around you instead, and there's just a little panda right in front of you. It's amazing. I don't know why, but I love it.
I mean,
And then you keep walking, and then the rides come back.
and then it's
It's
just,
just so cool.
and there's, like, the little western town, and it's just so
Yeah.
good. But why the hell is there a western town in northeast United States?
I know.
That
It's
makes-
just so good.
No goddamn sense.
I also really liked, what's it called? It's like, there are 3, like, people on each side, I think it was, maybe 4 on each side, and it's like a hanging one.
I'm trying to think of who that might be. Oh, the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Yes, that one was
the
great.
Gatekeeper. Oh,
I
I
think-
loved it.
First time I rode that one, I was like very front left, like all the way to the front to the left.
Dude, I was front right.
And then when it does those like crazy inverted loops, and you're going to like the
I
front
know.
part of the gate, it just feels like you're just soaring. Oh, it is
The
so
gate
good.
scared me so bad.
Oh yeah, it terrifies the shit out of me. I think the only one I've never gotten to ride before they got rid of it was the Demon Drop.
I never got to ride that one either.
No, but that was gone when I was 12, so you were like 8. So you probably wouldn't be able to ride it anyway.
Oh.
Yeah. But that one always looked cool, and I think I don't think I ever got to ride that one 3D coaster they had, whatever it was called. But I mean, like, I don't think I was missing out on much.
3D coaster.
It was like a coaster that was like going through like a projection like thing, and you had like 3D glasses on, and from what I understand, it wasn't like that great, but it had like it was neat. Though it seems like everybody who rode it that I knew got headaches after riding it. But I think I'm just trying to remember some funnier stories about Cedar Point, aside from like that little kids area themed around the Peanuts. That's always gonna hold a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
I think probably one of my favorite moments that I remember from Cedar Point is when we swindled my grandma into riding the Top Thrill Dragster.
What? Why would you do that?
Well, we didn't really swindle her. It was just somebody else wanted to ride, and she didn't want them riding alone, and nobody else at the time could ride it with them because we were all too short. So she gave in, and then at the very beginning of the ride, like to those listening, they take like you know how in roller coasters they take your picture throughout some of the rides, so you can like buy it later or do whatever else. Well, Top Thrill Dragster is a coaster where it's just one single hill, like the entire thing. But the thing is that one hill is straight vertical, 400 feet tall, and it launches you. It doesn't bring you up the hill slowly and then drops you. No, it launches you at 200 miles an hour. So my grandma, my 55-year-old grandma at the time, got on. I'm surprised her heart made it through this. And
her neck though, like that hurt my neck, and I was like 15.
Well, and also with this is okay. So back to the picture thing, is that it takes your picture as soon as it takes off, like the moment it does, and because of that, my grandma's skin was pulled back due to the G-force, and her hair was straight back, like 90 degrees from her head.
Yeah. Oh dear goodness, my friend who rode with me, he went on with like a bowl cut, came down with a cliff. It was amazing. Everyone was laughing. I feel terrible, but it was just so like his hair was up. And it was stuck like that. And there were so many dead bugs on my shirt.
Oh, gross! But I bet that sounds about right.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, for anybody who can make the trip to Sandusky, Ohio, you need to go to Cedar Point. It is by and far the best roller coaster park on the planet. Not theme park, because there's Disneyland, Disney World. What is it? What's the one in Florida? Universal Studios. There's those if you want like a theme. But if you want like good roller coasters, you go to motherfucking Cedar Point.
Yes, it's amazing.
But yeah, I mean, you'd probably be able to go like every couple summers, right?
I used to because I would go with like a group, but I kind of dropped that, so probably won't go for a long while.
Well, whenever you can go. I mean, like I said, I wasn't able to go last year because I only had a week with family, and it was also my cousin's graduation, so we were just go prepping for the party and seeing people. So it was cool, just not as fun as I wanted it to be.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, besides Cedar Point, Ohio only has cornfields and depression, so like we don't even have LeBron anymore, so we can't even say that.
That's so sad.
I mean, yes, cornfields and depression. It just is what it is.
It's like the more popular Illinois.
I almost choked on my beer. Man, Illinois. Oof. I wonder how much of Illinois' population is just in Chicago. Hold on, let me figure this out.
For some reason, I deadass thought you were gonna say how much of the population is just corn.
A good 90%.
I don't know why I thought that.
Or that could just be Nebraska. But let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and be generous with the numbers here. 2.7. So there's 2.7 million people in Chicago, give or take 0.001 of a million. And let's see. Illinois population divided by 12.8 million. Almost a fifth of the population, a little over a fifth of the population of Illinois is in Chicago.
Wow.
I mean, it's not as bad as Wyoming, because Wyoming there's less than 1 million people total in the entire state. And I believe New York City has about 16 times the population of Wyoming. Not New York State, New York City.
Oh my.
Let me go ahead and just double check that, though. Why? I have no idea. Like, I have no... Yeah, Wyoming has a little over 500,000 people in it. And
This is so sad. Can we ban Wyoming?
Yeah, New York... And I was about dead on. New York has 8.5 million people as of 2016. With damn, Los Angeles is like I think the second most populous city, and that one has like almost 4 million. New York City is way more packed than I thought it was. 'Cause I knew it was the most populated U.S. city, but like, wow, numbers, man, they're crazy. Oh wait, who the fuck is posting in my squad? Oh, okay, it's just bird memes. Oh, I'm just trying to think of what else to ask, really. I'm out of questions. You got any questions for me? Anything you want to know? Time to flip the interview.
Ooh, oh boy. How did you find the pack?
I was on the subreddit for a good long while, just as like I was just trawling through stuff. Somebody posted.
I'm sorry, you cut out.
Okay, so am I good now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was trawling through Reddit just as per usual. I found a link to it in the comments of just another post. And so I just looked at it, I'm like, wow, these memes are incredibly stupid, and I love them. Like, it's just like the right kind of humor with like skeletons and like weird ironic like text that's like I love this. So
I love the silly fonts.
Yeah,
that's what got me.
It's just like the mix mash of aesthetics that I just love.
Right.
And like after about a year of being on the subreddit, I never like posted. I was just looking at posts. I found that there's a link to the Discord, and about 2 months before that, I was learning like Discord communities are a thing. I didn't realize that it was more than just like a replacement for Skype. Like I was using it.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sorry, you go. I was just gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, like I just didn't realize it was a thing. So I joined it, and then that's just how it is. I just started chatting one day. I'm like, all right, this is fucking weird. I love it. And again, not too crazy. It's just a little more steps removed. I discovered it all on my own, but that's about it. Like, and now here I am doing a talk show for this Discord community that I had no idea existed a year prior.
Right.
Life is strange, man.
Alright. What I love most about Discord, though, is the roles. Like, I have been having so much fun with that.
Yes.
I know that you see it in the little,
Yes, you do.
group I made for SCP. I have been, like, planning on giving everyone a custom role that just says something stupid, because it's just so good.
It's just nice to see, like, all the, what is it, like, just all the different colors. I just like that.
I know, it's so pretty.
And it's different on a per
it.
server basis, too.
Yeah. Because everyone wants different colors, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Also, on your fucking SCP server, there's like all these different ones based from Naruto, Sensei Shinobi, and then there's just me, Funky Kong, and Grebo, which I don't even know what Grebo is.
Grebo.
I don't. Oh Jesus!
You know, it's the boat.
Whoa! Hold up. What is this roll list you have for yourself? What board is
that's
this?
not mine.
Oh.
That's, if you click on the Hokage, that's what you see.
What the fuck? This is insane. I love how one of them is just title collector. I'm gonna...
yeah, I gave that to him after he took all the rolls without telling me.
This is like MDL. Like, you should take a look at his rolls sometime. It's goddamn ridiculous. Well, same with mine too, because no, I can't really talk about that because mod stuff. But he gave himself a few extra rolls just so he can keep an eye on stuff. And it's not against the rules, but I was like, oh, that's a really smart idea. So I did that myself. So now my roll list isn't this long, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I love it, especially because you have the Music Babes one.
Yes, yeah. Like I'm very happy that I was able to get that like as a permission thing because I didn't want to like ping everybody constantly. I just wanted to like ping people who are like interested in getting pings for it. But aside from like keeping a list and just like pinging those people specifically every time,
I know
that
probably was annoying.
Yeah, because like it just got a list. So here's a list of mystery persons roles. It's just Jesus Christ. It's just so many.
I'm not explaining any of them. The chat can just enjoy it.
I'm just gonna read them off. We got Hokage, Sensei, Shinobi, Genin, Chunin, Jonin, Funky Kong, Ginyu Force, Grebo, Title Collector with a star, lo-fi chill hip hop beats to relax and study to. Funky Kong's Funky Fighters, Magic Girl, Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, Local Koala, A Literal Bat, Luke, and Curator of the Bone Zone. That is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's about winding down. I asked all the questions I wanted to, unless there's some other stuff that you want to talk about.
No, I don't know. I feel like there was, but I can't.
Now I remember.
I'm everywhere tonight.
I remember you told the story about how you had that weird green demon Bakugan picture as your profile picture for the longest time. But
yeah.
I did bring this up. I think I asked the question, but I got sidetracked while asking it. Is how did the name Batty Fu come about?
Oh yeah. Oh, this is such a stupid story. This goes back to like the whole makeup starting days, you know.
Oh boy, them old days.
I wanted to be Batman. And I was like, I'm naming myself Batman on every website I'm on. And my mom was like, but why? Why not Batwoman? I'm like, because I'm Batman. And I was so bent on it. But at some point I was like, nah, I gotta be Batwoman. And then I started becoming like a bit of an edgelord. I saw all these people doing like XX.
So that explains your Spotify username. I'm not gonna say it.
But... And I was like, no, I'm a quirky gamer girl. I'm gonna do Z's instead. I was terrible. I was like, that's original, and it was like my name on everything.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was like, this is the best Minecraft username, and that's kind of yeah.
Here, hold up. Since you actually brought up Batwoman, which might I say her character design's pretty cool with like this nice red and black costume.
Right?
But it's just so it eventually just became Batty Fu.
Well,
like, how did that come about?
Starting to get shortened to Bats with a Z, because you know it was Batwoman's with the Z.
Yeah, so just Bats.
Yeah, Bats, and then the person who had all those roles, he kind of started, I guess, butchering it, if you will.
If it is who I think it is, that makes sense.
Yeah,
though,
you know, just any variation of Batty or misspelled. And then, he and another one of our friends, I haven't talked to him in a long time, he was an old friend, those two were trying to make me a weeaboo name.
Oh no.
I didn't know what a weeaboo was at the time.
No.
Yeah,
you poor child.
And the options were either Batty Chan or Batty Fu, and sometimes I still go by Batty Chan on other things.
I don't like that. No, thank you.
It's just silly, you know. I was just happy. And
I just don't like.
Batty Chan.
I had a physical reaction to that. No. Bad.
But yeah, the other one was Batty Fu, and it was just Batty with FU. I didn't understand it. I thought it was just cute. I'm like, oh, Batty Fu. And, you know, later they were like, Bat. It's because it's Batty, but FU. Okay.
Oh, so it actually was FU.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
At least that's what I was told. It may not have started like that, but.
You know, honestly, that's fitting to the personality on the server.
Thank you.
Very, very nice, but when it gets cold, yeah. Just like when everybody's bullying me for bullying them.
Yep.
Why does it always backfire?
I don't know.
I love it every time, but why does it always backfire?
Oh, yeah. Do you want to tell them that story?
I think people listening have already heard, but I may as well just put it on the internet for the wider public to hear. So, I was trying to pull a Thanos, and I was like, one of the sergeants is going to be randomly chosen to have the Omega Gay for 24 hours. So I pulled up the sergeants list, had a random number between 1 and 19, because that's how many we had at the time.
Yeah.
And Nitz was chosen, just at random. Like, I was like literally just trying to remove all bias. Changed their name, and then I think Gal was the one who was like, man, why do you always abuse your powers? Pinged Katie, had Katie, and I think it was Sack, and just changed my name, and like every time I try to change it back for like a better joke, like user was banned for this post, or like I changed my name to something gay, something else, but they were like, no, it has to be this specific one. And yeah, it just backfired hard. And it was great.
It was beautiful.
And I'm not
and then
that
you
much.
died.
Yeah, and then I died, and then you changed your name as part of a eulogy, I suppose. Let me see if I can pull up that exact message.
I don't even know how you died. You just did.
Well, because I died of gay.
Oh.
It's fatal. Why do you think I'm trying to pass it around all the time? Let's see.
That explains. Wait. Am I gonna die now that I have the big gay?
Now you're just doing it honorarily. You're good.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
Honorarily the big gay.
Yes. Let's see here. Go ahead and pull this up. Alright, you're saying it's in honor of me. Let's see here. Where is... Or wait, no, that was like recently. Here we go. Hold up, let's see here. In life, you are a great human, and in death, you'll be a great skeletal. I hope everyone takes this moment to remember when Beatus wasn't a skeletal 2 minutes ago. Thank you. And then Vlad said, Lamau, he's dead. Lamau, what a loser. Let's see here. Somebody says, I think you said he's now, well, you said now I'm dead, and then I just said, truth, I'm extra dead. And then I hit somebody with a no you. That is true. Nitz did play along with me, which is nice. It's always good when people just keep up the joke.
I know, right?
Some other recent beta shenanigans is I swapped Gal's and Vlad's names, and like without their prior knowledge either. So I think I accidentally tricked Gal into pinging herself because she was trying to ping Vlad, and her name was Vlad. So that was great in and of itself. And then they both just went out to the chat and just shit posted.
That's amazing.
I think they even swapped profile pictures, so just to really sell it.
Vlad thought I actually thought Gal was Vlad.
Yeah.
It was great. He was like, "Bet no," and I'm like, "Bet yes."
I know. I'm aware. All right. Well, we've been going for about 50 minutes now. I'm gonna go ahead. Like I said, I can't think of any more questions to ask, and you said you didn't have any more for me, so I say we're gonna open it up to general questions.
Hell yeah.
We go ahead and just ping people in this one over here.
if we don't get any questions, we can always go to Yahoo Answers and
Oh.
answer those questions instead.
Oh no. Oh yes, I dig that. Let's see here, questions. Have you ever seen that one YouTube video of the people really misspelling questions on Yahoo Answers, like asking, how do I get pregnant?
Yes, Fragante.
Okay, so Nitz is asking, how did I get my name? And I think I actually answered that on a previous one. But, here, hold on. Let me go ahead and finish up this thing right here. Let's see here. What was your full name on Discord right now again?
What do you mean?
Like, what's your handle? What's your nickname right now? I can't seem to.
Oh, Big Gay Batty Stinky Loser with a C.
There we go. But yes. Let's see here. So to answer Nit's question for me is I got my name just because I really like the old school like diabetes meme.
Yeah.
And it's just stuck. That's really about it. There's nothing too crazy about it. Like it's just.
What's the saint part about?
Well, so it was just diabetes for the longest time, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put a spin on it because like I would play DJ. And this is actually going back to why I like playing DJ on the pack. Is I used to do it for like a TF2 server, and it was what was I gonna say? So I stuck DJ in front of it, and that's really about it. I've over time it's like been DJ, Mister, Doctor. I went with Saint just because I feel like it sounded cool, and also I try to be a good guy. Like that's really about it. So that's yeah. And then just like I just like diabetes. So there's some other questions rolling in. Slut wants to know how you got such a lovely personality.
And that makes me very emotional. You're too sweet. I don't know. Ask her the same thing. Just like hit her with a no you.
Okay, hold up. So another one. Oh, it seems like people are just pinging you. They're just outright pinging you. So I mean, I can read them off. There's certain ones you want to answer, but Chet was the first one to ask. What details you're willing to give about the pack game? Because I remember you and I were DMing about it, and you said him and I are probably the most like interested ones like in this.
Yeah. Though there are some, who are still interested. Like you two have been like very nice and supportive about it. Like I have been coming to chat with all sorts of like ideas, and he's come up with so many good ones. Like I have tossed so many, like replacing him with his. Like he's just so creative about it. So like, one thing I do want to say, he came up with like the idea for the boss fight at the end. It's gonna be like a mind game kind of thing,
Ooh.
Like you gotta answer like questions to like defeat the boss, which will be MDL because he asked very nicely.
Well, it's also MDL. He is the final boss of the pack.
He's Funky Kong. He's gotta be the final boss.
Though I will say, the optional boss that should be harder than the final boss out of like every Final Fantasy game should be Sack.
Oh my goodness, yes. Just a T-posing Waluigi.
Yes, that's all it is. He takes no damage. He is undefeatable.
He just asserts dominance and you die from that.
That's exactly right. But only after like 80 turns of doing nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, what other like details are you willing to give? Because I know you and I have spitballed a few ideas, and I mean, there's really mine was more like smaller mechanical and like flavor tweaks. But until like you actually get the game off the ground, that's it. Somebody just said Snack final undefeatable boss calls you a liberal.
I'm sorry, I was distracted. I was reading that, trying to understand.
So, go ahead. I'm gonna ping you in the chat that just got asked because Zen just asked a question. Let's see here.
Oh.
Let's see here. There we go. Take a look. A few questions, a few things above the ping I just got you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that picture? And I'm gonna post it to the stream while you're answering that. So hold off. Collect your feelings for a moment while I get this all ready. Here we go. Remove that. Replace it with this. Oh, that's a big picture. Alright, so how do you feel about this picture?
Is it up?
Yes,
Sorry,
it's up.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Son,
Oh, yeah, I guess you're looking at it in the pings you got, so.
I love you. Why have you done this to me?
Alright, so I'm going to ask an additional question. Where do you think this picture comes from?
JoJo?
That's accurate,
It
yes.
looks like the style.
Yes, it's about as JoJo gets, if I'm being honest with you. I think the only parts more JoJo is all of Part 7 being a mystical horse race across America to find Jesus and kill the president, and a part in Part 4 where they punch a plate of spaghetti because it's suspicious. Beyond that, I can't think of anything so far stranger than that. It's like in abstract. But yeah, it seems like a good amount of questions here. There's one where they were asking like, "Hey, why does your name of the bee emoji instead of regular Batty?" Because, like I said, it's ridiculous hard to ping you. But somebody did bring up a good point. You can just do @addyfoo and then just click the name. So I'd never thought of that. I think I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah, no, it's my way of sticking it to the man. Anyone who wants to ping me, they can struggle. It's just how it be.
It's just how it be. It'd be what it be.
Yep.
And I don't see any other questions in the Twitch chat either. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be about it.
Wait, can I answer one real quick?
Yeah.
I feel like I need to.
This is the one I missed.
Sack asked if I like why I was so gay.
Oh yes.
And I just want to say he taught me very well, and now I have the big gay.
Wait, I taught you very well?
No, he taught me very
Oh,
well.
Sack taught you very well. Good, because I'm tired of being labeled as the big gay. I'm the one who gives the big gay. I don't have the big gay.
I keep on trying to verbally abuse Sack until he gives me the gay baby band role.
That's a good roll. Wait, hold up. I think one time before. Let me see if I can find this before we finish this out. Because at one point, I think I was actually given a gay baby role, and MDL gave it to himself because he wanted to feel included. Let me see if I can. I don't know if it's still in my screenshots or if it's in something else, but. Oh, and I did also in other beta shenanigans. I changed Galanua's fire team name to Gay Baby Brigade, and it was so good. Like she tried pinging them, and she couldn't.
Yeah, this morning I think it was. It was this morning. Well, this afternoon I woke up to a ping, and it was in my fire team. But it was just Gabies.
Gabies?
Instead of Foo Fighters. It was amazing.
Oh, that's what it was. It was the big gay loser role.
Hell yes.
I'm gonna ping this over to you. Oh my god. It was. I wish I still had that role. Too bad I don't. It is what it is, though. Alright. Well, it's been a good hour. That's about the length that I like keeping these at. So I'm going to try to upload this ASAP, and we'll see. Well, is there anything like to give a shout out to, or I guess for lack of a better term, like shill out for?
Like
anything you want to give attention to, like
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri, good.
I like his hair.
His hair is good, and he's actually a pretty swell guy.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Cool.
I want him to headline Coachella next year, so
Wait.
guys better be
Is he headlining? What?
I want him to headline
Oh, you
Coachella
want him
next
to?
year.
Okay, I have to say,
Yeah.
like, is that an actual bit of news? Is Guy Fieri
No.
headlining Coachella?
I want him to though. So if you guys can help me make that happen, let
Yeah,
me know.
let's start a GoFundMe.
Hell yes, Guy Fieri headlining Coachella.
Guy Fieri for Coachella 2020. Not next year. That's not reasonable in terms of time and funding.
Yeah, nah.
They already got
No,
that
we gotta-
planned.
We gotta get a group of people in on it. You know?
Exactly. Gives us time to get the resources, the funding, the planning, get in contact with Guy Fieri, and hopefully his lawyers don't sue us. And
And we can protest if it doesn't work.
that's true.
Boycott Coachella 2020.
But yeah, no, I've had a good time. Hopefully you had a good time too.
Thank
and
you. It was so much fun. Sorry for making it go on a bit longer.
No, like I said, an hour is about the length I
Okay.
do it on. I didn't feel like it dragged on at all. I think the longest episode still is the one with Chet because we just kept talking, and like talking to that man is like going into a time void, and it's great. But yes,
Oh boy.
I'm going to try to get this uploaded ASAP because I actually had the day off tomorrow, so I could even potentially get the VOD up tomorrow. And thankfully, I didn't have to pause the stream this time, so I can just upload the video raw. But yeah, there we go. Thanks for being on, Bats, and
Thank you so much for having me.
yep, and then we'll go ahead and see everybody next week. Peace out, everybody.